in the Supreme Court has also said that the people, politicians must learn how to understand that the party is supreme in its decision. The party says they were going to give the ticket to Atiku, but some of you work against Atiku as a candidate of the party.
Yes, I said it publicly that I worked against Atiku, and I am telling you again, in the second time coming, if Atiku comes again, I will work against him.
I'm hoping that this is not about Atiku Abubakar, but you are saying this because Atiku Abubakar is from northern Nigeria. So you're saying that for the PDP, if anyone emerges from northern Nigeria as a candidate of the PDP, you will not work with them.
I will not support the person.
But in this case now,
take it clearly.
Yeah.
I am not a desperate party man.
If Peter Obi, and I'm imagining that he wants to run again in 2027, you are supporting President Tinubu for a second term, if possible, just because he's a southerner. But what about a Peter Obi or any other person that comes from the south?
Can I ask you one question, Shehu? Have I even announced who I will be supporting in 2027?
Although you said you supported Bola Tinubu in 2023, so I assume that you still have your backing for Bola Tinubu of the APC, although you're a PDP man.
You see, for me, if you compare today and the past, you will still give it to an Asiwaju. Nobody is perfect. The system is rotten. The situation is not easy to manage. But when you compare the inflation, the challenges, you will realize that it's a far cry from the past. That is the reality.
So, but are you able to consider? Are you able to consider?
1 second, I beg of you.
Okay.
Just 1 second.
Okay.
Just 1 second. In the current situation, with the current situation of the PDP, let us assume, without saying Asiwaju is doing good or not doing good, where is the party that is confronting him? Where is the organized party that is confronting him? Majority of our governors are actually fighting for their own survival. They're fighting for their own survival, which is normal. The ones that are bold enough to come out that I am supporting Asiwaju, they came out and say it. Everybody is fighting for their own survival. That is the truth.
So let me give a scenario.
Federal elections.
Governor Fauci, let me give a scenario. There are those who are tipping in your party. They are saying Sheyi Makinde will be a good presidential candidate. If you have a Sheyi Makinde, a Peter Obi, and Bola Tinubu on the ballot in 2027, where will you cast your ballot?
Let me say to you, when I saw an advert running on the social media, with all due respect to Governor Makinde, I forwarded it to him. And he called me. And he said he's not running. And he said he doesn't know anything about those flyers. And he told me that he's not going to be the person that will be used against the Yoruba man as president. I stand to be corrected. And I stand there to say that Governor Makinde, by what he has told me, will accept anything changes.
What about Peter Obi? Considering what is happening in the country today, the groaning of a lot of Nigerians about the situation in the country, the economic situation in the country, there are those who say that they're faced with a lot of challenges, and perhaps under the Bola Tinubu's leadership, that Nigerians have seen a range of policy shifts, which immediately is impacting negatively on their pocket, and that perhaps people will be thinking of an alternative. In your mind, with what we have on the ground, is Peter Obi looking like an alternative, an option for you?
Let me take you back to the days of Obasanjo and Olufalaye. People said Olufalaye will have done better. Obasanjo spent 8 years. Yar'Adua came, they said he was an angel. He passed. We had the Jonathan. Everybody came, well, Jonathan must go, we will not agree. An angel is coming. That angel was Buhari. Did Buhari do well? I'm not going to answer yes or no. But the question I want to tell you that there's no day you will satisfy people of this country or any country at all. That is life. You own nothing. Your wife is not your own. It's your wife until you pass. Your house is your own until you pass. It belongs to somebody else. Today, you are not honorable until you leave. People are now saying, Jonathan, come back. The same Jonathan they drove many years past. It is best to allow an Asiwaju to conclude his tenure, complete his tenure, because this is a southern slot, and let him fix the country, go as far as he can go. We go back to the north. The problem that did not start today cannot end today. Everybody just try to make it better. I told you earlier, the governors are fighting for their own survival. They don't need an article to fight for their survival. In actual fact, most of them prefer a Tinubu for their own survival than an article. You see the rate at which the PDP is decamping and defecting. How many people are defecting from APC? So don't let us fool ourselves. Something is fundamentally wrong in PDP that needs to be fixed.